Well, good morning, folks. It's Richard the Fishing Machine here. It is a cold, cold morning. Well, it's supposed to be. It's late fall. And today, what we're going to be doing is a little sauger fishing from the bank. This has been requested a lot on this channel. In fact, when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. So that's what we're going to do. Now, even though it's late fall, this is still a winter pattern. This is something that you can do from right now all the way through winter into early spring. And when I say into early spring, I mean if the water temperature stays 50 to 55 degrees, in that range. And I'm going to explain why. Now we're going to go to Guntersville Dam, and we're going to fish from the bank, and we're going to catch a few sauger. Even though the water is real low, which is the worst time to do this from the bank, it still can be done. And the method I'm going to show you is a very simple way and very effective way to do it. Okay, there's no doubt about it. Okay, folks, let's talk about the reason why sauger go to dams all the way across the United States, no matter what river system you're in, or just about every river system that you're in. When the water, it's all about water temperature in the fall. When the water temperature reaches around 55 or 60 degrees, these fish will, or a lot of these fish will migrate towards the dam, just as close to the dam as they possibly can. The reason why is because the oxygen levels are better, and the water temperature is, like I said, to their liking, and there's plenty of forage there to feed on during this time. So it's a instinctive thing that they do. In fact, old-timey, I mean a lot more old-timey than me, locals, used to call these fish a by name of jack salmon. And the reason why they did that is pretty fitting if you think about it, because they do migrate upstream, you know, to lay eggs. They really do. And the dam is as far as they can get. Now, these fish will actually, it's pre-spawned right now, okay, or late in the fall and part of the winter. But these fish actually start laying eggs midwinter all the way up to early spring, like I said, providing the water temperature is around 55 or lower, okay? But they'll successfully spawn every year because they're using the dam. But like I said, of course there's places all the way up and down the Tennessee River where this occurs, not just at the dam, but areas that they select, okay? But the dam is the easiest access to a bank fisherman, no doubt. And the technique that I'm using, well, it's second to none. It's not the only way to do it, but it's a surefire way to catch sauger during this time. Go over to the top of the mountain. Old lady Hazel's got her store up there. She sells some fruit and stuff, and you can put it in your mouth and chew on that all day and spit in a spittoon. Sauger usually like minnows, or here in this part of the country, from 3 to 3.5 inches long. They like a pretty good sized bait. But now these that I'm using are about 2.5, 2.25, 2.5 inches long. And they're hitting them fine because the water's so clear. So for sauger, you know, I'm going to say that you're going to be better off with a little bit bigger minnow. But if you don't have them, like I don't have them, well then the 2.5 size is good enough. 2.25, 2.5 inches, good enough. I got a cooler full of minnows up there, folks, but this is what I'm using right here. Let's see if we can catch one right here. These are little stone rollers, or most of them are what I call stone rollers. They're great for sauger. In fact, when I hook that sauger, and I'm just going to hook him right there in the top jaw and out his nose like that, barely hook him. This style of fishing right here is so relaxing, folks. All you have to do, if you're in an area like this that don't have a lot of big rocks, all you have to do is just leave that minnow there for just a little while. You know, a couple minutes. Move him a foot. Leave him there. And there's no telling what'll happen. I'm done bit, folks. I ain't been here no time. Y'all ready to stick him? Let's see what we got right here. Well, we got him. First fish I just had pulled up here, walked down here, and made a cast out there. And this is the first fish that I've ever caught on this vintage reel right here. What have we got? Let's see what he is. Woo, this wind is whooping. That's what I thought. Sauger. And a good one too. Doggone good sauger. I want you to look right here. That's what we're after too. Well, we're after whatever. We're fishing from the bank. Come on up here, boy. Oh my goodness, that's a keeper too. That's definitely a keeper. And I'm darn sure going to keep him. I guarantee you that. Boy, boy, boy. My. Ain't that something else, folks? First fish of the evening. Sauger. 15.5 inches long. 15.5 inches long. Just right to keep. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let him go. Let's go ahead and let him go and we'll talk about it. The reason why is because I'm not really prepared and it's too late in the evening right now, and I'll explain that to y'all too. Let's let this fish go. Good fish to let go. Delicious eating fish. Let's let him go. There he goes. Let's go ahead and make a cast out there again. Now, that water's around 15 to 16 feet deep, and there's a little bit of current. Not a whole lot, but a little bit out there, which is a good thing. Yeah, that's not... There we go. That was a really light bite, folks. Real light bite. Golly. That was a small minnow I had on there. I mean, real small. Let's see what we got right here. Now, it feels like a sauger. He's got a little bit of a lull to him. It's not real quick. Yeah, it's a sauger. Golly, he's fighting now. They can fight. Ain't no doubt about that. Good one, too. Good little fish right there. Let's get him over here where we can land him. And what's fun about that is these reels are weak. They're real weak. Slow gear ratio. And this fish right here gives me a fit because of that. It's just a different ball game altogether than by using conventional reels. But this is a pretty good sauger right here. Beautiful fish. Quit. Quit that. Well, he just ain't gonna quit. Let's get on up here and unhook him and look at him. Boy, I got him in a good place right there. That's a keeper fish. That's definitely a keeper fish right here, folks. Now we can see him a little bit better. Got him out in the sun. Look at there, what a mouthful of chompers right there. Whew. nice Sauger. Let's let him go right here. That fish right there will keep, but let's let him go. Folks, folks, I usually don't have no trouble releasing fish, but Sauger, there he goes. Like I said before, is a delicious eating fish. They rank on up there with walleye, I guarantee you that. Alright, let's catch another one. Woo. Alright, here's y'all something. There's a fella down there, but I ain't going. That was a drilling. I had to let it out. Okay, folks, I caught that fish on a Penn ultralight reel. This is a vintage reel. The best of my knowledge, it was made in 1961. It's in great condition. It's called a Penn 716 Spin Fisher. I believe that's what it says. It's so old I barely read it, but it's in great condition. I traded Rocky out of it, and man, I tell you, I got 6-pound test monofilament loaded on it, and that is a 1/8 ounce egg weight, little bitty swivel, and a 10-pound leader of around a foot long with a size 4 Gamakatsu bait hook. Now that knot right there is a knotless knot, excuse me, and I have 2 Palomars right there on each side of the swivel. I've got a light action 6-foot eagle claw rod. That's what I'm using. One thing about this light action equipment like I'm using, folks, you can, and using, minnows anywhere from 2.5 to 3 inches long, you can feel everything that's going on by doing this right here. Put your finger right here and you can feel that minnow. Before he gets bit, you can feel him just trying to run, is what he's trying to do. You can feel like that. What he's trying to do is get away from those tonsils. And you can anticipate a bite thereafter. And it don't matter what species of fish, it's just anything that gets around that minnow, he's going to be scared to death. He knows he's fixing to get eaten. And he'll do his best to get away. And you'll feel that jerky, jerk, and all of a sudden you'll feel a thump. Or if it's a Sauger, you'll just feel a heaviness. And a lot of times after a Sauger hits it, when you feel that heaviness, you'll start feeling that fish barely swimming off. And a lot of times they won't, they'll stay put. Sauger is something else. That's why I keep this bait moving all the time. I'll let that minnow sit there for a few minutes, maybe 3 or 4, and then move it a foot. But I'll keep it sliding along the bottom, because a lot of times that fish should be there. That Sauger will be there, just eating it. They're so confident in account of those sharp teeth, a lot of times they'll just snap that bait up and just stay put. It depends on their activity level, and a lot of times they'll hit it and then haul buggy with it, just like a bass or any other fish. So it's hard to say, and I just gotta, there's something going on right here. Y'all see that line, slack develop in my line? Whoop, there's a fish. Let's back reel and let him have it just a little bit. Well, is he even still there? Is the question, folks. Yeah, there he is. There we go, we got him. where we got him so far. I didn't get a real good hook set on that fish. Let's see what we got. He's still on, so must have been a good enough hook set. Well, this fish is fighting, but they all do. Remember, these reels right here don't have any power whatsoever, folks. Now this one feels like a Sauger. The way he's fighting, he could be a Sauger. Yeah, it's a Sauger. Good one too. My goodness. This is a big, big Sauger right here. He hit it and went to the left, but he just barely was moving with it. That's a good one right here. A Sauger fights a lot like a walleye. They're not really a hard fighting fish. They have a lull to them. Of course, I mean, I don't want to contradict myself. They fight hard, but they're not real quick. That's what I meant to say. But this is a big Sauger right here. This fish is, gosh, he's every bit of 17 inches or 18 inches long. Come on in here, boy. Let me see how he's hooked. Oh, I can't tell. Oh, let's just lift him up here. I'll try to keep him from, I want to release this fish. Oh my goodness. I don't have no measuring tape with me, but that fish is at least 18 inches long. 17 and a half, 18 inches long. He's a good fish. Let's see if we can get... Oh, what a beautiful fish. Look here, folks. Oh, my goodness. Woo-wee. Look here, what a fish, folks. That's a big Sauger. And if you've never caught it one before, their gill right here, their gill rakers, will split you wide open. And never, ever stick your finger in their mouth. They'll shred it. But that's a beautiful, beautiful fish. Let's get him back quick. That's a good catch, especially in low water conditions like this. My goodness. All right, that's the best release. There it goes. Best release I can do on these slippery rocks. I probably didn't see that. These rocks are slippery. It wouldn't take much. And you could bust your head wide open right here, so it pays to be careful. Let's see if we can do that again. That was a lot of fun. And that was a battle on that reel. I keep saying that, but you're talking about sporty. I couldn't imagine hooking about a 5-pound spotted bass, which it could happen, or smallmouth, or even a 3-pounder. As far as that goes out here, it'd be hard to land him, but we could do it. We could do it. Let's catch another one. All right, we got us another minnow out here on it. Let's make another cast. I didn't catch that fish real far out. Matter of fact, I wasn't thinking. I threw past where I caught that Sauger, but we're going to drag it right back through there again. And, you know, of course, this is nothing but a lightweight Carolina rig is all this is. And I've mentioned the fact, you know, that I use just as light of a weight as I possibly can. If I'm using live bait, just enough to keep the minnow on the bottom. He dropped it and he picked it up, then he turned it loose. I don't know what the deal is. Let's see if we can get a hook in him. There we go. There we go. Well, we got a fish on the Shakespeare. Let's see what kind of fish we got. That fish picked it up. It's a bass, I believe, and then dropped it. And then picked it up again. This is a lot of fun right here. These old reels. Now I'm gonna back reel. See how I'm doing that? you can wear a big fish out like that. I do that a lot on white line or vintage reels because the doggone drag system ain't up to par. They made good reels, they were tough, but the drag systems wasn't real good. But this could be a big spotted bass right here, I'm not sure. my. Wait a minute. Misidentification. That's just a chunky little largemouth. He ain't little. He's a football. Man, what a pretty fish. Come here, boy. The way he was fat, and I could have swore that was a doggone spotted bass. Daggone. Hey, man, woo. I'm talking about woo. That is a chunk. And I like to have never wore him out on this reel. That's the sport of fishing. That's a nice little fish right there, folks. Healthy. Let's let him go. He's probably about 2 1/4. Might be a little heavier than that. He give me a fit though. There he goes, unharmed. I did that real quick. Man, I'm having a lot of fun. Right now, I'm going to tell y'all what's going on. I've got adrenaline, don't think I don't. But when people's close to me, and I've mentioned this before, there's a fella right there. Nice fella, I talked to him a while ago. But if there's people close to me, I have to, with strain. No, is that the right word? That's a big word. With strain. Let's see. Okay, I have to force myself to keep from exhibiting. Yeah, there's a good one. The adrenaline that I possess deep in my soul. Okay, because I don't want people to think I'm nuts. You see. But now I took it really, I'm serious about this, folks. I'm about to explode right now. But I had to take my time with that fish. Well, folks, I'm going to tell you, I had a ball right there. I didn't set the world on fire, but we did catch some pretty good sauger. And this reel right here was so fun to fish with because it has no power. I had a hard time getting those sauger in on this reel right here. This Shakespeare 2052 has got a little more power, but not much. And that's what makes it fun. Now, I have a lot of vintage reels that I haven't fished with on this channel, and I intend on doing that this winter. Just a lot of fun, folks. These reels still work, and it was a blessing to have caught what I did today. The water was very low, not the best of conditions, but I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all y'all do. And again, I'm going to say it's a privilege and an honor for me to do this. Let me just put it that way. Y'all have made it possible. Hey, woo. Woo. Talking about woo. The adrenaline is so intense. Even though it's cold, it's miserably cold. Woo! Hey, man! Woo! And remember, go fishing when you can, because it's good food.